Hello, Brandon, in the same shirt 3 days in a row. Totally not recording on the same day. Wow, he's recording on the same day for 3 whole days. He's getting lazier. I don't know. Somebody said that. Somebody will say that down in the comments here. That's me. I don't know. I don't know what's worse. People that like the fact that I make those jokes, or the fact that like somebody down there probably thought of it. You know, somebody like that has watched this video probably thought that. Like, people, YouTube commenters are weird. Anyways, I'm off track. I am way off track, way off topic. Today's topic is we're talking about a lag myth in DBD because it's something that I've heard way throughout, mostly Twitch streams, mostly TTV gamers. I watch Twitch for Dead by Daylight a lot, obviously, because, you know, I do it myself. So obviously, you know, when I either I'm watching somebody before I start streaming, or I'm, you know, I've rated somebody after streaming, so I'm watching them. And in this scenario, a lot of those end up being Survivor streamers. I'm not quite sure why that happened. I think it's because, like, I think at a certain point, to become a better killer, I decided I was going to watch a bunch of Survivors, so I, like, know how they loop and stuff. Now I don't need to do that as much because, like, you know, I play Survivor a lot more, so now I literally, like, I can anticipate where Survivors are going based on, like, what I would do in that situation, and not so much what, like, my streamer friends would do, right? But, like, that's still, irregardless, like, I end up with a lot of Survivor streamers in my inner circle of people that I interact with. And I think there's a myth about lag that is spread through a lot of Survivor streamers and the Survivor community in general, which is that lag only benefits killer. Yeah, I've heard that. Lag only benefits killer. I've heard that through multiple Survivor streamers. Is that lag only benefits killer. And when this is like, when they say that stuff and it goes out into their chat, everybody says yes. Like, everybody agrees with them. It's a very, very wild take that I just want to put down right now, because that is, nothing could be farther the truth. Let's be fully honest. Let's level with me. Come, sit, children, sit with me. Lag is bad for both sides in this game. I understand, like they have the right to be frustrated, right? They have a right to be frustrated because lag is incredibly frustrating on the Survivor side. If there is a perk that you will never see taken off my loadout when I play Survivor, it's resilience. And you may be thinking, oh well, it gives you extra speed on gens while you're injured. It's a gen perk. The reason that I run resilience is because it is the last remaining perk that actually affects vault speed for Survivor. It actually makes you vault quicker while you're injured. The reason I do this is because of lag in Dead by Daylight. Sometimes it's not even the killer's ping. Sometimes it's just the server crapping itself. And it happens. So I have to put trust in myself and not the server and not the killer's ping. Because every time I vault a window, I swear, like half the time I vault a window without resilience, I vault through the window, I fast vault it, I land my feet on the other side of the window and start walking, and I get hit through the window somehow by the killer. Killer swings, and I get hit somehow going through the window. Don't know how. I'll fast vault, I'll land, I'll start walking, get hit. I don't know if the servers are just that bad, but that's definitely a ping thing, right? Whether it be the server's fault or the killer's fault. Like, that's definitely, like, lag is happening. It's really, really frustrating. So the perk that never, ever comes off my build is resilience because of that. Because it sucks. It sucks getting hit through windows when you know you shouldn't have been. You darn well know you shouldn't have been. So resilience never comes off my build. Because I want that extra little bit of insurance to make sure that, you know, I don't get screwed over by lag. So I get it. I get that, you know, killer lag is frustrating. And it's awful to deal with. But to make the assumption that lag only affects the survivors is just a very biased take. A very biased survivor-sided take. And I made that video last week, talking about why biased takes are bad. So you should probably check that out if you want to know why the real reason, besides just being a jerk, that actually negatively affects the game health overall. But it's not true. It's not a true take because of so many reasons. So many reasons. First off, this affects me primarily because I play precision killers. And that's something that that's something mostly I say. I don't see a lot of other people using that as a phrasing term. Precision killers are people that need to get that last minute hit around a corner. They're all about someone who gets a far shot that requires some sort of skill to pull off typically. And like I said, usually it happens at the last possible second. Not always, but it takes a level of precision and timing that's very precise, hence the precision name, in order to pull it off. Great examples. Huntress hatchets. You need to hit them. You need to aim them correctly. You need to get the timing right, especially if they're going around a tile. Billy, great example with his chainsaw curves. His chainsaw is very finicky, very infected by the environment. You will often be colliding into walls instead of people 90% of the time you play this character. And he often has to, last second get somebody around a corner, or last second get somebody right before they get to a pallet. Definitely based on that precision. Deathslinger, his harpoon is very tiny. It's kind of like Huntress, where you have to get that range shot, possibly get it last minute. But the harpoon, the actual hitbox for the harpoon is very tiny, very, very tiny. So you have to hit the survivor. Like, there's so many times I'll be playing Deathslinger and I'll shoot and it'll go straight through the survivor because the harpoon hitbox is so small that even if it connected with like their physical model, technically their hitbox isn't there anymore. And it's very, very frustrating. There's like, you can even expand this to a lot of like the lunge killers, like Demo's a good example. A lot of last second chances you can open your face and lunge at somebody right before they make it to a pallet or around the corner. I could go about this for a while. This fits, a good handful of killers. But obviously, if we're talking about, lag only affecting survivors, apparently, lag affects killer, especially for this group of killers that are precision killers, because when it comes down to aiming perfectly means a health state or and potential 15 to 30 seconds added to a chase. It matters a lot if that person is slipping and sliding all around the place, which happens a lot. You've probably run into somebody who is 100+ ping, and is usually when you're moving, you're just kind of like, you're just kind of jaunting along, you're going. But if you run into a survivor that has high ping, they're not just running along. They're running, and then they'll move, and then they're running, and then they'll move, and then they're running, and then they'll move. Like they're like slipping and sliding, almost like there's an oil slick all over the map. Like, if you've seen it happen, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's like the game is having a hard time figuring out where they are because their internet's so bad that, like, it's just like sliding them around like they're on a slip and slide. And when like I said, when it comes down to an injury or an extra 15 or 30 seconds added to a chase, which time in DBD is gen time, and you missed that hatchet because the guy that was running straight suddenly just jolted to the left for no freaking reason because his internet's freaking terrible, that's actually something that can snowball into a game that's lost for you instead of won for you. Because what are your options there? Let's say like we're in that situation where I'm playing Huntress, like I just said in that example, and somebody's really, really laggy. And I keep missing my hatchets because they keep slipping around the place because we can't figure out where the gamer actually is because he's too laggy. So I'm just missing hatchets left and right because I'm aiming directly where he is, but then he just moves out of nowhere for no reason because the lag's so bad, and my hatchet's missed, and then I missed another hatchet. Like, at this point, it's not good to keep up this chase. It's just not, because like it's essentially kind of like almost artificially creating skill in a weird way, right? Because like a god looper, somebody who was actually really, really good at the game, would also be wasting my time in the same way, making me hit Bloodlust like 3,000 because I keep having to chase them because I keep missing, right? Like, they're essentially artificially creating a really, really long chase as if they were a good looper, but it's just because of their internet. In that case, if it was actually a really, really good looper, I would leave them, right, and go chase somebody else. But now this person that just has bad internet is now essentially safe for the rest of the game, right? Because I can't realistically chase them. Even a god looper will mess up sometimes, and it won't even be because of them. It'll be like bad map RNG, or I made that joke. I hit Bloodlust 3, and I do eventually catch up to them. Even a god looper will eventually be caught up with, whether that be through them making a mistake or Bloodlust, right? A laggy gamer that just has bad internet, you're never going to have better shots against a bad internet gamer. If their internet is consistently bad, these things aren't going to help you. You're going to consistently have that problem and have that issue with this person being laggy. And this is where it even extends outside of the precision killer box, right? I had a match on Wednesday. I had a match on Wednesday of last week, where I was playing Sadako. And I got Grim Pantry, and I was chasing this Bill who had like 100+ ping, and we got to a 4-lane. Got the 4-lane. He is at the pallet of the 4-lane, and it's one of those inside walls, inside window vaults on the 4-lane. He slaps down the pallet. He pre-throws the pallet, and I'm already noticing he's really laggy, so I'm already really frustrated. And he throws the pallet, so I'm Sadako, so I try to do the little mind game where I passive phase around. He slides so far. He has like a little packet loss, a little ping spike. That's so bad that he like literally after he throws the pallet, he like ice skates over to the window. So in the time that I go from one side of the pallet to the other, he has made it all the way to the window because his ping is so bad. He it's like the window had a vacuum cleaner. It was like, whoo, like just sucked him in. And I was like, bro, I'm not playing that. And I DC'd. Because as an M1 killer, what do I do against that? Like, I guess I can chase him down, but like, he literally, like, he threw a pallet and then just sucked himself into the window. And I'm just like, okay, well, like, how am I supposed to accurately chase somebody who, like, like, they literally, like, they're slipping sliding all over the place and I can't tell where they are and they're getting to, they're like getting to resources that they shouldn't, like, it's infuriating and it's not worth playing. It's not worth playing. It's really not. So I laughed because I was like, I'm going to go play against somebody who has, stable internet. So, like, I just wanted to very firmly, if these examples hopefully helped, is there are plenty of ways that killers get affected by lag. Trust me, it affects us too. Please stop spreading this myth that lag only affects survivors. I know it's a lot more... I think it's a lot more in your face when lag affects you as survivors, so I think that's partially why this is like kind of a misnomer that's spread. But believe me, somebody who primarily plays precision killers, I definitely get screwed over a lot by laggy survivors. It does happen to killers. We are also suffering. Lag is bad for both sides. Please stop spreading this myth. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. That's going to be it for this one today. But I do upload daily, so I will see you tomorrow. But if I do not, here it comes. I'll see you when I see you. Ah, that one was good. Goodbye. Goodbye.